Greetings, beautiful people. This is Donnie Metro Pixel here with a review episode of Daredevil Season 1, Episode 1. We're going to actually start you off with that season, just in case if you really get an idea of what Season 3 is going to look like. But without further ado, here we go. Into the Ring is the title of the first episode, and it pretty much starts off with the decades within the past of Matt Murdock's childhood. And pretty much the scene pretty much goes off as Jack Murdock races frantically through the streets of Hell's Kitchen. He stops at the scene of an accident of which his son, Matt, is at the center. Pretty much a man nears by that lot. A man lies in the street screaming. Industrial barrels, leaking chemicals pretty much surround Matt. A man nearby pretty much saying that Matt pushed him out of the way of a runaway truck carrying those barrels. Matt saved the man's life, but the chemicals spilled onto his face. Matt screams that he can't see as the ambulance sirens grow into the background. Pretty much this is the whole beginning of the story. Well, the origin story of Daredevil, if you say, in a nutshell. Then time shifts into the present real quick, where Matt confesses to a priest in church, talks about his father waning days of being a fighter and a professional boxer, and so forth. And pretty much it's all just about fillers, about the whole background of Matt Murdock. I mean, if you've read the comics, you should already know, but if you don't, well, I suggest you get the comic books. But everybody should know the whole backstory of Daredevil. But anyways, the scene actually shifts now into an empty lot in Hell's Kitchen at night. Several men trying to force girls into a van for human trafficking. Suddenly, Daredevil enters the scene and brutally assaults the kidnappers. A man tries to shoot Daredevil, but he dodges fire. He vanishes, but then he suddenly throws one of his billy clubs to knock the thug out. Matt tells the girls to run, then savagely beats the final kidnapper in the face. And then the next morning, Matt wakes up to a phone call from Foggy Nelson, which is his best friend and his partner in crime. Anyway, I would have thought that when I saw the episode, when I saw Foggy for the first time, I always thought that he would be the most annoying character in the whole series. But in my opinion, I guess that's not the case. But anyway, Foggy tells him to meet him with the real estate agent as soon as possible. Foggy then meets a New York City police officer named Brett, who's Foggy's known since he was a child. He gives the cop a bag of money for his mother in exchange for leads on the cases. And then Foggy meets Matt with the real estate agent in the potential new offices of Matt and Foggy's law firm, which is now called Nelson and Murdock. Here's a history lesson. Foggy, what you see as a lawyer, he actually looks a bit kind of familiar. If any of you watch the Mighty Ducks movies, you would know that he plays as Fulton. Pretty much he's the big dude in the whole series of the Mighty Ducks, and he knows how to shoot a mean puck. Go check out the Mighty Ducks if you haven't checked it out. I'm just saying. Across town, Karen Page holds a bloody knife over a dead man. The cops burst into the room, but then Karen cries that she didn't kill the man. Now, Karen is one annoying ass chick. I swear to God. I always thought that Foggy would be the annoying one, but Karen is just over the top annoying, in my opinion. Like, you would agree with me if you saw pretty much all the whole series of Daredevil. You know she's annoying as hell. I swear for God she is. But anyway, later, Brett calls Foggy and tips him off that Karen is being held in police custody for the homicide. Foggy and Matt go to meet her in the NYPD office, where they introduce themselves. They said that they're there to offer her legal assistance. They said that Karen is the only suspect in the murder of a man named Daniel Fisher. Karen asks why they're helping her, and they admit that they're new lawyers desperately seeking clients. Karen would be their first client, and then she says that she worked with Fisher and was friends with him. Earlier that night, they met up for a few drinks at a bar. Karen says she then blacked out and woke up with the bloody knife in her hand. Hearing her steady heartbeat, Matt knows that she isn't lying. You blacked out and then woke up with a bloody knife in your hand. I don't think you blacked out, fam. You murdered somebody. I understand it's all self-defense and all of that, but no one's going to be in self-defense blacking out like that. And then the fact of the matter is you got blood on your hands. Fam, you really, really want to snitch on yourself. That's 101. Never snitch on yourself. But that's for another discussion. The next morning, Wilson Fisk's right-hand man, Wesley, meets with the man in New York City Park and tells him to pay a debt to Kingpin. The man tries to walk away, but then Wesley says that he will kill the man's daughter unless he pays. But since the man has no money, he will have to repay Wilson Fisk via a special favor. Well, my dude, you know you gonna die. You ain't got no money. You ain't got no way to give him the money. And a special favor ain't gonna work for you, fam. Nigga, you know you dead. You know you dead. Across town, Matt and Foggy pour over Karen's case. Matt wonders why the police haven't formally pressed charges, citing that there's something fishy with the case. Matt thinks she's innocent, but Foggy remains unconvinced. They agree to take the case anyway. Didn't I motherfucking tell you that something ain't right with that woman? She not only is she annoying, but making up the lie about blacking out with a bloody knife in your hand, dude, it just don't add the motherfucking shit up. Come on now. Come on now. No. Like, anyways. Over in Karen's holding cell, a jail guard tries killing Karen. Karen is able to save herself, though, and cries for help. Like I said, this bitch is annoying. This bitch is annoying. On gang, she's annoying. Matt and Foggy then arrive and bargain for Karen's release in exchange for not pressing charges against the crooked prison guard. Matt tries piecing everything together, thinking that the guard was trying to stage Karen's death as a suicide to seal her supposed guilt. Matt and Foggy then take Karen to the offices of Nelson and Murdoch. Karen says she knows why the guard tried to kill her. Karen says that she works in the office of the Union Allied, which is a property developer that was working to restore New York's West Side. She was a secretary for the company's chief accountant, where she coordinates the company's pension claims. A week ago, she accidentally opened an email address meant really for her boss. In the email, Karen accidentally sees that the company is receiving far too much money than it should, and then she suggests that the Union Allied is embezzling money. Eventually, Matt runs through Karen's story with her again, asking Karen why her boss tried framing her for the murder instead of just killing her initially. And then he posits that Karen must have something they want, specifically a file containing all of Union Allied's embezzlement information. And then he asks Karen if she still has the file. Karen says no, but her rapid heartbeat reveals that she's lying. Motherfucker! I knew the bitch was lying. I knew the bitch was lying all this damn time. You know what? I could tell right now, she's just gonna be one annoying ass bitch for the season. She is. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. She's just annoying as hell. She's annoying. Oh my goodness. I can't even. I can't even right now. Anyways, well, across the city, a group of men from the Union Allied met with a woman named Madame Gao. Wesley comes to meet them, saying that Wilson Fisk couldn't make it himself. He asks the men why they're short on their supply from the dock job. They blame Daredevil's interference, pretty much describing how the vigilante beat the men up and set the captive girls free. Gal wants to know if Daredevil took the nearby money for himself, but the men said he didn't. Wesley says that Kingpin will be angry to know that a new vigilante is disrupting his operations and will obviously handle it. Across town, Karen leaves Matt's apartment and walks back to her apartment, the scene of Fisher's murder. She sees the blood stains still on the carpet. Then she enters the room and recovers the Union Ally file with the incriminating evidence, but she's not alone. Another man enters the room and knocks Karen out, taking the file. "You dumb bitch." Then she draws a knife and then about to get ready to kill her. But Daredevil enters. The two struggle in an all equally matched fight, but the assailant pushes Matt out of the window, falling onto the street below. Matt struggles pretty much to pick himself up, and then by that time, Daredevil's mind, aka Matt, races a memory of his past, where Jack Murdock orders Matt to keep studying. He tells Matt that he has to keep studying so that he'll receive a solid education and not end up a brawler like himself. Pretty much just a reminiscence of Jack's words to Matt. Jack's word pushed Matt into just keep fighting. The assailant approaches Daredevil and they keep brawling on the street. Daredevil is finally able to subdue him, but then he's exhausted. With the file in hand, Daredevil takes it to the police. With the Union Allied scheme made public via an expose in the newspaper, Wesley then finds a scapegoat to keep Wilson Fisk clean. Fisk then instructs Wesley to keep tabs on Taryn along with Matt and Foggy. Across town, Matt and Foggy and Karen celebrate Karen's innocence. There, Matt and Foggy decide to hire Karen as Nelson and Murdoch's official secretary. And that's pretty much just about it. But, man, if these assailants were to just kill Karen right now, the season would be over. Just like that. And the thing about it is, this chick Karen don't know what the fuck she's in for. And now she about to drag Daredevil through the mud of everything. See, in my opinion, if it really wasn't for Karen, Daredevil wouldn't be putting himself in these positions that lead him up all the way to season 3. Although, that is if y'all have seen up to this point. But anyway, that's for another discussion. And hope you enjoyed this review. Give it a thumbs up, like, or you can just subscribe to the channel of the Wisecrack Nation. And this is your source for everything nerd related.